Hey guys, this is Niall Lammers of Invoked 101, and today I'm doing my Skull Servant deck profile, and yeah, I got a nasty gash on my hand. But the other really cool thing about this deck profile, which I wanted to release this on Halloween, but I didn't have it recorded, and the deck wasn't updated enough yet, so I kind of was waiting. Well, it doesn't have a full extra deck. You can literally put in like just any synchros or there's actually a couple Xyz in here. I think I have the one that really, yeah, I have the one that really matters in here. I have it, well, and Beals. But yeah. Another thing, real quick, I do have a new tripod, so no more weird, shaky camera angles, and it's going to be a lot more stable in the videos, which is great. I'm super excited to have this new tripod. It's pretty good. I like it so far. Anyway. Let's jump right into the profile. And we'll zoom in just a little bit. Alright, so let's slide this off to the side. And we will grab the first three monsters, which of course is King of the Skull Servants. Gotta run him at 3. He is basically your main monster in the deck. And for a level 1, he is shockingly your boss monster in the deck. Basically, every white monster in the graveyard gives this guy any Skull Servant or white monster in the graveyard gives this guy an extra 1,000 attack points, which is amazing. Next up, we have the newcomer to the scene. We have 3 White Princess. Now, she is really good. She's another, she, I would say, is probably your main start card. While this guy is your main, like, pusher, she is your start. As she has the effect that helps the deck amazingly, and in fact I think she's one of the better monsters in the deck. So when she's normal summoned, she can dump a White Prince from the deck to the graveyard, which is amazing, because if White Prince is sent to the graveyard, well, we'll talk about White Prince when we get to him. But yeah, so she dumps a white monster instantly into the graveyard, then she can send herself from the hand or field to the graveyard to reduce monsters' attack points by their level times 300, so she would lose 900 attack points. But she's also one of the bigger Skull Servants with 1600 attack. So yeah, what I really like is that she's not just a field thing, she's a hand trap as well, which is amazing. And of course she is treated as Skull Servant in the graveyard. And to top it all off, her sending effect is not once per turn. So if you were able to, and it activates if she's normal or special summon. So if you're able to revive her with stuff like, I don't know, Mizuki, Book of Life, crap like that, she can keep sending White Princes. In fact, there was a play I did where I was able to use Mizuki and Unizombie to revive her and send all 3 White Princes to the graveyard at once. She is amazing. Speaking of the boy wonder, we have 3 White Prince right here. So White Prince is amazing, and he is your graveyard starter. And the reason he's so important in the deck and why we run him at 3 is because when he's sent to the graveyard for anything, if he's sent there for Twin Twisters, for Unizombie, for White Princess, anything at all, his effect will activate, and that is able to send a Lady in White and a Skull Servant from the deck to the graveyard, which is incredible, just loading 3 in there. His other effect is you can banish him and 2 Skull Servants from your graveyard to special summon a King of Skull Servants from your hand or deck, making him super useful. He also has a lot of really good interactions. Sadly, if you put him back in the graveyard, his effect doesn't activate, if like putting him back from banish, but that's fine, it's whatever. The next monster, of course, is Lady in White. She's not crazy important, but she actually does serve some function. Of course, she is level 3, and for some reason, zombies really like level 3. I've noticed that. There's a lot of like kind of generic there's a lot of zombies that are just level 3, and it's kind of weird. But the main reason, she gives you access to some rank 3 plays along with some really interesting combos. But basically what she's here for is you can put her in defense mode, and she has like a 2200 defense. Jesus. I heard that was weird. I think it was my cat. And what she can do is when she's on the field, other zombies, other level 3 or lower zombies can't be destroyed by battle or card effect. And of course, while she's in the graveyard, she's treated as Skull Servant. She's not crazy important, but we still run her at 3 because you have to for the White Princess to be live. Oh, it's my cat. The next monster is 3 of the vanilla. You run him because you have to. It's much like Blue Eyes, where you have to run the Blue Eyes White Dragon. You have to run the Skull Servant. for the White Prince. Plus, he gives you more attack points for your king, so it doesn't hurt to run him. He's a good Foolish or Unizombie target. And lastly, we have one of the combo makers. This is 3 White Mares. God, I was so happy to find a playset of these when I went out, when I was out in Joplin. But yeah, so 3 White Mare because he is actually a really good combo piece. He is another discard card type thing. So I'm just kind of collapsing him for now. Essentially, what he can do is you discard him from your hand to target a banished Lady in White or King of the Skull Servants, I believe. Lady in White or King, and special summon it, or you can target a banished White Mare or Skull Servant and return it to the graveyard. Along with that, he also immediately goes into the graveyard, giving you an extra 1,000 points for your King of the Skull Servants. So you can use him to go into rank 3s, get some extra points up for a Synchro Summon, a whole bunch of stuff. He is incredible. And I love him. You could run 2 if you really wanted to, but I like having 3. Just because he's not crazy unimportant. That's it for the white monsters. Moving into the actual just zombie support. 3 Unizombie. He is your main tuner, of course. If I had Solitaire, we'd also be running Solitaire, but Solitaire is in my Vandred deck, as you guys saw. So we're still running the Unizombie because Unizombie is still incredibly important. Basically, what he lets you do is you can send White Princes if you don't draw the White Princess, sends Mizukis, sends literally anything you want to the graveyard. And he also sets you up because a lot of the white monsters are level 3, or at least the two of them are, and those are pretty easy to get out. It lets you go into level 8 synchros incredibly easily, and of course Unizombie is dark, so you have some access to some of the best synchro monsters in the game. And lastly, I believe this is our last monster, yeah. 3 Mizuki. Of course, as a zombie deck, we're going to be running some Mizukis. 2 to 3, and of course, 3 is the number we hit. This is a 40 card variant, so we're not running like, oh, Shiranuis and Lightsworns and blah, blah, blah. We're not running that. This is just pure white monsters. But yeah, I like these guys. Again, every monster's at 3, so you're going to see them, is the philosophy here. Sadly, that means you're going to see Mizuki too. But yeah, that's it for the monsters. On to the spells. 3 Allure of Darkness. The only 2 non-dark monsters we're running are Mizuki and White Princess, because for some reason the White Princess is a light type monster. Anyway, but yeah, you can run them. It's fine. It's not going to hurt anything. And even if you do have to send your entire hand to the graveyard, who cares? 2 Book of Life. Book of Life is actually not horrible in this deck, and I have some very old super rare ones. From where are these from? PGD. I don't know what PGD is, but I know that they're old. They say magic on them. But yeah, so just really useful to banish something and revive a zombie monster. It's basically like another copy of Mizuki. Next up, 2 Twin Twisters. Discard White Prince, discard Mizuki, pop some back row. It's not hurting anyone. 2 Burial from a Different Dimension. These are incredible, and I love them, and it's amazing. This at 2 in zombies is just like a godsend. It's so good. Basically what this does is if you draw this and White Prince or Mizuki, any way to put if you draw this and a way to put White Prince into the graveyard, then you have a free 3,000 King of the Skull Servants. And it's just incredible. Because you just banish the 3 that you send with White Prince and then put them immediately back after you get the king. And for our 1-ofs, we run 1 Foolish Burial, of course, 1 Dark Hole because we can only have 1 now, and 1 for 1 because we have a lot of level 1 monsters in here. Specifically, this is for King of the Skull Servants. That's it for these spells. Lastly, for the traps, we have 2 Solemn Strike. I feel that it's fine in this deck. It doesn't matter. 1 Time Space Trap Hole because screw it, why not? This pays half your life. And then lastly, for our new board wipe, because we can't have 2 Dark Holes anymore, 1 Torrential Tribute. Yeah. That's about it for the main deck. Going into the extra, I actually have to flip some of these monsters around because for the end of the video, Almost bent my white princess. Bad. Alright, put that over there. For our extra deck, we have 1 Beals. You could probably run 2. You could honestly run more if you wanted to, because you can make more. But yeah, a Beals, a Void Ogre, because Void Ogre is pretty good. When you empty your hand, he can negate spells and traps, which is pretty good. A Black Rose Moonlight, because it happens. Regular Black Rose, because it happens. And for the last 7, we run 1 Clearwing Synchro Dragon, because I have so many of this guy, so I just put him in everything. This is my favorite Synchro monster. I love Clearwing. Ah! Camera, no! I love Clearwing. For our 6s, we have 2 Stardust Charge Warriors and 3 Samurai Saga. Just because this gives us some stuff to go into. I have thought about putting Plague Spreader Zombie into the deck, so that way, like, we can use stuff like, the Plague Spreader Synchro monsters. Doom Kaiser Dragon. Stop! But Doom Kaiser Dragon's only really good in a Zombie World deck. So since we're not running Zombie World in here, there's really no point to run Plague Spreader. Although I have thought about doing a Zombie World deck. So I might do that at some point in the future. But that's it for our Synchro monsters. All are great. All are amazing. But the more incredible stuff is in the Xyz monsters, which we run 1 Phantom Knight's Breaksword because why not? We can make rank 3s. Then we run a Slacker because a rank 1 happens every now and then. And of course, if we're running Slacker, we're going to run Downard. So, yeah. I thought, why not? I had these 2 and they were just kind of hanging around, so I figured I might as well put them in here because I'm not using them in my BA deck yet. Actually, I have a second copy of him now, so I don't need 1 for the BA deck. I already have it. I just need more Dantes. But yeah, BA deck, Burning Abyss deck coming soon as well. But yeah, this is that's it for the extra deck of the Skull Servant deck. I'll go put that one on top so we can get that dang thumbnail. Anyway, this has been Nod Lammers, and this is my Skull Servant deck profile. Hope you guys liked it. I'm sorry I couldn't get this out sooner, but I love this deck. This is probably... I've been wanting to build this deck for a little over a year now, and being able to put it together was really fun. Having it now, I play it quite a bit. If you're looking for something that can do pretty good in a casual scene, this deck will do it, and maybe... you know what, let's do a quick combo. Let's see. Let's say... Sure, let's go with Burial and Unizombie. And... we'll just grab like some other generic crap like Mizuki. And I'll just grab the stuff I need for like setup. I need this. Essentially just need the whole family. Alright, so what you'll want to do is normal summon the Mizuki. Normal summon the Unizombie. Activate his effect to discard literally any card, and I'm going to pretend I had White Princess, so we're going to discard White Princess to raise his level by 1. Activate his effect again to send White Prince from the deck. White Prince will activate, so you'll send these 2 monsters from to the graveyard. Then what you'll do is you'll banish them. You will want to banish the... probably just these 3. Banish those. Special summon the king. Then activate Burial to return the 3. And well, actually, if you don't have her in hand, have Mizuki in hand. That's why I said Mizuki. So instead of sending her from the hand, send Mizuki from hand. Return these 3 to the graveyard. Then Mizuki back the lady in white. He's a 5. She's a 3. You can synchro for 8 and end with a... what is that? That's 3,000? 3,000 King of the Skulls... A 3,000 King of the Skull Servants and a 3,000 Beals. It's not a bad play, but it's also emptying your... and you'll still have probably a card or so in hand, depending on how you play it. Because it uses so much... like, this deck uses so much resources just from inside the deck. It's nuts. But yeah, it loves spitting out level 8s, it loves spitting out just synchro monsters in general, and you could probably even put a Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier in here, because literally all you would need would have been, like, you could have synchroed with the Unizombie, the King, and the Lady in White and gotten Trish. So if you have a Trishula, you could put them in here. But yeah, that's it for this deck. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will see you in the next video. This has been the Odd Lammers of Invoked 101. Don't forget to... What? Ah! Never mind.